All right, so here we're dealing with D. All right, D says the first two terms of a geometric series is x plus 4, that's the first term, and x squared minus 16. So that's term number 1 and term number 2. But what they did to help us, these guys, they already told us this is geometric. Good. So I can do this. If I'm making my notes, I can say, guys, I already have the first term, which is actually x plus the 4. I also have the ratio, which is term number 2. This one, you can factorize it. You can see that. It's the same thing as x minus 4 into x plus the 4, close the parenthesis, is the second term. It can be factorized. And then x plus 4. So that means that cancels. You end up with the r being x minus 4. R is x minus 4. All right. So now, the question says in number 1, for which values of x will the series converge? Yeah, that's what I want to talk about, converge. Whenever they say converge, you need to take the r, put it between minus 1 and 1. You have to do that. That is for convergence, like that. You have to do this. So that means that x minus 4 is the r. It must stay here inside. So that means I'm going to write minus 1 less than x minus the 4 less than the 1, because that is in place of that, of r. So when we solve this, we need to transpose on both sides. Remember, you must end up with x alone. Since this is minus, you must transpose it to this side. You must also transpose it to this side. Some says we're subtracting, it's the same thing. When you transpose to the other side, it becomes positive. So that means on the left, I've got 4 minus 1. Less than, in the middle, it's gone. The other side, I've got 1 plus the 4. So that tells me when I add this, 4 minus 1 is 3. So I have 3 less than x less than 5. So the answer that I'm giving in the black box, that is for us to be able to do sum to infinity. Remember, sum to infinity is for the convergence. It's for the convergence. If it's not converging, it won't work. So we are saying if they give me any x value, it must be any number between 3 and 5. If they give me a number greater than 5, or less than 3, or the number that is equals to 5 and greater, the number that is equals to 3 and less, we can't use sum to infinity. Okay, so first part has been answered. We're done with the first one. Now they say calculate the sum to infinity of the series in terms of x. The formula which was given by the mathematician is s subscript infinity equals to, that formula gives us the a value right at the top. I need to show you how to derive this. I'm also have to show you how to derive the other ones. 1 minus r. Next to it, I don't have to write this. The absolute value of r must be less than 1. So what I'm putting in a red circle, one way to write it again is to write 1 less than r less than, negative 1 less than 1. So that red thing is exactly the same thing I wrote here. It is that. So you guys, you don't do absolute value. So with me, I would have written next to it and say R, the absolute of R, value of R must be less than 1. You'll be like, what is this? Don't worry about that. Don't worry. All right. First, I need to know the A value and the R. We have already determined them here. So substitute the value of A. The value of A, it was given to be X plus 4. So we now have X plus 4. And then we need to divide that by 1 minus the R. What is the R? X minus 4. X minus 4. So I'm going to put that in the parentheses, X minus 4, because the sign will change. So numerator, trust me, I've got X plus 4. And then the denominator, look, when you're dealing with number, it's 1, it's going to be plus 4, meaning 5. You're going to have a 5. The X will be negative, like that. So what I'm putting in the green box, it is your answer for the first one. I mean, the second one, yeah. It's sum to infinity. Now, the next one, I know they'll say, they normally say determine the sum infinity, then they give me the X value. But whatever they give me, it must lie between these. Now they say, if the sum to infinity of the series is 5, determine the value of X. So this one, they're telling me the sum to infinity is 5. So meaning S subscript, X subscript infinity, I almost write N, but which is the same thing, equals to 5. I must find N. I'm telling you, your answer must be between 3 and 5. So we know it's a 5. So remember, I had here sum to infinity. So I just need to put that as 5 and work out that green box. So in a true sense of it, so we can now proceed and write it as 5 equals to the green box. Equals to that. That is the next question. There we go. Then multiply by the denominator both sides. So mathematically, you would have 5 into, I would have done it one time, but I want to just show you what's transpiring. Into the parentheses equals to X plus 4. So we know X must be bigger than 3, but less than 5. So now we've got 25 minus the 5x equals to the x value plus the 4. So let's transpose. So what I'm going to do, I bring this one here to be together with the x. I bring that one to be together with the 4. So I'm going to have negative 6x, trust me, because negative 5 minus 6. Then when you take 25 that side, it's actually 4 minus 25. Come on, you can tell it's negative 21. So I'm going to put that as negative 21. Divide by negative 6. Therefore, x equals to, let's use the calculator. So I've got negative 20. What did I say? I said 20. It must be 21. Why did I put 25? Let's fix it. It was 21. Remember, we had that thing here. So 21 divided by a negative 6. There we go. The answer is 3.5. So is this answer bigger than 3 and less than 5? Yes, indeed. So we are good. So that means alphabet D has been thoroughly answered. That was good. All right.